Hi guys, this is Tuti Gogia. In case you are listening this voice for the very first time, you can go check out my social media handles. And this is season 3 of Tuti Speaks. And today I have a very special guest with me whose name is Rahul. Rahul ka a few days back a single be released where he has just released it, so you can listen that as well. But before that, I always tell how I know my guest. So I saw your post with Nishtha, and that do a podcast with him. So she told me, can you can directly talk. So I was like, कि मैं message ही करके पूछ लेती हूँ. And you were kind enough to say yes to me, so thank you so much, first of all, Rahul, for saying yes. And for the context of listener, he is a singer, and I'm sure you are much more than singer. I want to know your journey, and that's why you are here. So over to you, Rahul. You can start with like bit of your intro, and we can take your journey from there.
Okay. So, hi Stuti, first of all, and hi everyone. Um, so, my name is Rahul Nair. I'm a music composer and a singer. And as you mentioned, Nishta is a very dear friend of mine. And we have done a song together way back. And it's all out in there.
Which was
And
that song? I want to know. Which was that song?
so, it was a rendition of an old tappe, Punjabi tappe.
Jinn Mahi. Was it Jinn
No, no,
Mahi?
no.
Because I
It's,
saw that.
it's,
Okay.
it's Chitta Cooker.
Oh yeah, Chitta Kukar.
Yeah.
I saw that on YouTube. मैंने उसके channel पे देखा, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that was very nice, huh? Hmm.
Yeah. So, and apart from that, she's a very good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and thanks to her, that she made us connect, and so we are going for the podcast. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see कि क्या बोलता हूँ मैं.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was like how your singing journey started, and थोड़ा सा context like how did your journey started? पहले क्या करते थे और you were directly into singing? How was that? How the journey basically kick started?
Okay, let me just tell you first of all, I'm a very less of singer. So I personally think the compositions which I do, I prefer, someone, much more. I have like to like put it in the right space. It is like I have a different kind of compositional ideas, and there are many different songs which I really want to do, and in that section I really want people, other kind of singers, to come in, and uh, they can just sing along the I'll get a versatility of compositions out there, and it will be great, if I get other singers to sing rather than me singing all the song, because I have a very half throat kind of a voice, and
Hmm.
I
Okay.
prefer other people to sing. And as in my, like, if I have to say about my journey, um, to be very honest, I used to learn music at a very from a very young age,
Wow.
but I was never much interested in doing music as my career, and
Hmm.
I was more of a dancer and a footballer
Okay.
during my school days and all those.
Hmm.
And I was very passionate about that, and I was like, either I'll become a dancer or a footballer. Then it's an interesting story for me. So during one of the competitions, while I was playing football, so my left leg really got injured, and because of that, there was a rest for me for 3 months, and during that time, I really fall in love with my piano. I played as much as I could, and it was in 11th standard, I guess.
Hmm.
And that was the moment when I decided that I'll be a musician.
So that was the moment where you got to know that you can be composer too, like somebody who can create, right? That was the moment when you
Uh,
decided.
to be very honest, I won't say that because, um, I won't say that because just because of one thing, because my family background has nothing to do with this industry, and
Music. Okay.
the moment I still remember the day when mom was like, I want you to be a doctor, and I was
Hmm.
like, like seriously,
ये तो नहीं
like
हो पाएगा.
ये तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो पाएगा, तुम थोड़ा बहुत अलग भी सोच लेते. But then I told her that one day that I want to be a musician, and she was like, we have no idea about how the field works, how the industry works, and And if you have that potential, if you think you have that potential, then go for it. My mom was very supportive in that manner. एंड
Hmm.
मैंने उनको बहुत कन्विंस भी किया है, ऐसा नहीं है, मैंने भी मेहनत की है.
Hmm.
एंड
Hmm.
आई यूज टू, मैं शोज करता था, एंड वट एवर द अमाउंट आई यूज टू गेट, इवन
Hmm.
इट इज लाइक during that time it was 2000, 3000 bucks.
Hmm.
So I used to come and give it to in her hand, and
Hmm.
uske, she was, I was
Bribe
trying
too.
to convince her, yeah, not
Huh.
bribing actually. I was more of a ki, I was trying to convince her that I have potential in this one, and
Hmm.
I will earn money. Of course any parent would, definitely they want us ki, um, वो चाहेंगे कि your kid does good, and your
Hmm.
children go into good line, and they make
Hmm.
money, of course money, and they'll be happy, they should be settled enough and be happy in their life. So uske hisab se, she was just trying to be supportive and जितना मुझे हो सके security plan करे, but then she was like, okay, I know you are ziddy enough, and so go
Hmm.
on for the life.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
how I entered into music, and the composition part and the things I later on, I was doing gigs in Delhi. I used to perform for almost every clubs in Delhi, and
Hmm.
then one day I really wanted to, like, to come to the dream world, which is Mumbai.
City of Bombay.
Yeah. So 9 years back I moved to Mumbai, and
When did
then
you
I
move
had
to Mumbai? Which year you moved to Mumbai?
I moved to Mumbai in 2014 or 15, I guess. Yes, 15.
That was back long back then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. Then I
So.
started hunting out for other music directors and all those stuffs, and
Hmm.
then eventually I got things into right place and
Hmm.
working as a full-time musician.
Okay, that's great. So, kya kya kara in that? Like since 2000, I mean, not everything, but like, could you tell from your journey? And बीच में obviously COVID भी आया था, so I know that was a थोड़ा सा might be, I mean, physical चीजों के लिए थोड़ा सा downtime था, not for the virtual things though. So, some of the highlights from your journey from that to till time, like when you maybe something like that. I want to ask, when you did something and you felt, oh, I was sure that I'm made for it. Yeah, I was sure that I can do this.
Okay, that's a tough question. Every day when I do stuff, I feel like that. So to
Huh,
be honest,
that.
um,
Hmm. But then we
uh,
come back to the question number one. What were the major milestones? Few of the major
sure,
milestones.
sure. So there was a time when I have I've got the movie as like the Accidental Prime Minister. There was a movie
Mm-hmm.
which released in
Mm-hmm.
2019,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the music arranger in it. I scored that movie, the
Oh,
background
okay.
score of that movie. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a moment when I really got a big film in my hand, and um, that movie did good
Hmm.
in terms of music. And
Huh.
then in the next year, I there was a song which got released. Me as a music director, and Zubin Nautiyal as a singer,
Wow.
and that song's name is Meherwa, and it's
Oh,
out.
wow.
It was an Adyan Suman starring movie, and then I did a lot of ad jingles and all those for all those major, in corporate ad market. You see like products like all those Honda, Safal, Dhara, all those music instruments. So I was,
Wow.
yeah. So I was more into ad music for a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
I am pretty sure that you might have seen whatever I worked on
या
the
या
TV commercials.
आई एम वेरी श्योर कि वो सब मैंने देखा होगा. वही है ना वो लॉन्ग बैक देन यू. एंड वैसे भी एड का जिंगल बहुत जल्दी याद होता है बिकॉज इट
Yeah,
कीप्स ऑन रिपीटिंग ऑन योर माइंड. इट्स सो एडिक्टिव ना, तो इट जस्ट वेरी डोप, बहुत डोप देता है वो.
right.
हाँ,
It is
एंड मैंने
like
वो
that.
सॉन्ग भी आपका सुना है. दैट इज ऑल्सो, आई मीन वो जो सॉन्ग था आई सीन विद निष्ठा वाला,
Meher,
दैट इज
uh,
लाइक दैट. वो भी मुझे बहुत ही प्यारा, आई मीन द अमेजिंग म्यूजिक एंड ऑब्वियसली विजुअल्स भी अच्छे थे, तो इट वाज अ वेरी गुड कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ म्यूजिक एंड विजुअल. सो good teamwork on there. So yeah, great milestone. So I mean, being a journey, I know Bombay is not an easy city to survive, right? obviously
Yeah.
people I I've talked to people, I have few friends as well. So
Hmm.
the point is like, how was that a challenge? How did you overcome those challenges? Because I'm very sure that there would be times when you feel like, I'm not sure, am I at the right place or not?
To be honest, there was times when I used to, in the very early stage, when I moved to Mumbai, there
Hmm.
was such times. But I really loved this city like anything. I really love
Huh.
this city. Even today, I love this city. Even if you say there are thousand types of problems over here, it's crowded and all
True.
those things. But
Hmm.
yeah, but but I still love it. I love it for its, because only for one thing. That's because मैं हमेशा सबको बोलता हूँ, ये यहाँ की हर गलियों में एक कहानी है. There's
Hmm.
a story behind every, like यहाँ पर किसी ने कुछ सोचा होगा, यहाँ पर किसी ने कुछ सोचा होगा, हर शहर में होता है. यहाँ का
Huh.
वो बहुत यहाँ की चकाचौंध बहुत आसानी से देखी है. So
Hmm.
look, people know you, and you know those people who has done wonders over here, and
Hmm.
I really kind of get passionate about it, and
Hmm.
और मुझे बहुत पसंद है वो चीज़. और जैसे भी अगर मैं किसी भी जगह पे रहता हूँ, एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट, मुंबई एक्चुअली में आपको बताती है फास्ट लाइफ क्या है. यहाँ पर दिन
Hmm.
कैसे होता है पता ही नहीं
पता
चलता.
नहीं चलता. True.
एंड वैसे ही बॉम्बे में यहाँ पर if you have that talent in you and you have that passion, you have to struggle. ऐसा नहीं है कि anything will be spoon fed it to you and you'll get it easily. You have to struggle, you have to make your own living. It's a expensive city, and धीरे धीरे, if you are really passionate about your work and your life, and whatever you're doing, and you are like hoping that you will make it one day, and you are really passionate about it, trust me, this city will give you everything you have. So
Hmm.
that's one thing. And the legends
Made.
in the industry, they have been made from here. So
They are the
I
proof
would,
that obviously, if you have struggled, if you have taken those challenges, everything is
of
going to
course,
come back multifolds.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
full force.
Hmm.
So yeah, in that case, yes, I love Mumbai, and yes, struggles were there. People in the initial days. So I have this one thing I'll tell you. Like in my initial days, when I used to go to any of the music director for कि मुझे there's an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
So जब मुझे उन्होंने मैं एक जगह पे एक म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर के पास गया था इन माय इनिशियल डेज, एंड उन्होंने मुझे बोला था कि क्या बनना चाहते हो. तो मैंने बोला म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर बनना चाहता हूँ. तो एंड ही इज लाइक, आप म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर बन जाओगे तो हम क्या करेंगे. सो आई वाज लाइक, what? I was like, I didn't understand that. So he was like, there's what he was trying to tell me was कि धीरे धीरे there's a step to it, everything. First you assist someone, you make something out of it. I was like, I just told
Hmm.
you asked me very clearly, और मैंने तुम्हें सीधा सीधा बता दिया कि मुझे क्या
Hmm.
बनना है.
Hmm.
So, and eventually after 4 5 years,
Hmm.
there was a day when um, he was he was coming back to me, and he was like, I really loved your work. I'm seeing you all out there. And after
Hmm.
5 years he came to me and he was like, I
Hmm.
really appreciate what you have done in your life. I was like,
Hmm.
so that was one of the milestone actually.
Hmm. That's amazing. That's what actually I wanted to know when I was talking. Because as you said, कि यहाँ भी हर गली में एक story है. I think these are the stories personally I look for, because I think these are very interesting. Second of all, they give a new perspective. Third of all, they
Yes.
inspire. So, I mean, yeah, basically. So coming back to that same person 5 years later, and the person saying this to you, okay, I'm seeing your work. So before that,
Yeah.
only you were the person who was seeing their work, right? So
Yeah.
that's how the city gives you everything back in multifolds. That's what I meant when I said it. So
Yeah.
yeah, awesome, awesome. So like, oh, I mean, how do you feel like, if I want to ask, like, how, what is a creative process for you? Like, how do you feel that flow happens when you are creating or building something? I'm personally wanted to ask this because I want to know how a creative person works. How does the flow happens?
Okay. So for that one thing, that's an interesting question actually. You
Hmm.
know, every day I feel like
Hmm.
ये काम मैं कैसे करूँगा, when a new project comes in, ये गाना
Hmm.
मैं कैसे बनाऊँगा, अभी तक तो सारे बन गए, but
Huh.
ये कैसे बनाऊँगा? So every time when I open my system and if I am sitting on an instrument or something, so
Hmm.
it's a blank page. I really have no idea
Hmm.
कि मैं क्या करूँगा? मैं कभी-कभार ऐसे हाथ काँपने भी लगते हैं कि मैं क्या करूँगा? क्या मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा, how am I gonna
Hmm.
crack this up? So,
Hmm.
and trust me, that one feeling of
Hmm.
that feeling कि it's every time it's the first time. So, that giving up that potential
Hmm.
and, कि वो जो भी करूँगा बेस्ट करूँगा. So that
Hmm.
gives me a try, मतलब एक give me a hope to work on something with full passion. ऐसा नहीं कि
Hmm.
मैं जिस काम चलाओ कुछ भी बना के भेज दिया किसी को. But
Hmm.
और उसके ही साथ में I'll tell you my perspective how I think of it. So
Hmm.
whatever comes in, like जैसे कुछ भी गाना बनाना है तो मैं उसमें सबसे पहले सोचता हूँ कि आई मेक अ स्टोरी आउट ऑफ इट कि इफ इट्स अ सैड सॉन्ग सो आई प्लेस माई सेल्फ इनटू इट कि
Hmm.
ओके दिस इज अ गर्ल जिसने मुझे डिच कर दिया शायद
Hmm.
शायद सो दिस इज जस्ट वन
Hmm.
पर्सपेक्टिव सो सो उसने मुझे डिच किया या कुछ किया देन आई फील ओवर देयर एंड I stand over there and I really visualize those things in my head कि if it fell to me how it happens what kind of feeling am I trying to give इतना highlighted तरीके से नहीं but बहुत basic तरीके से
बेसिक तरीके
and
से.
हाँ और just I just get that feeling and automatically to be honestly like automatically वो things comes up words comes up the melody comes up and if it sounds good to my ear um, I believe I'm a good listener so I just make this thing कि अगर वो मेरे कानों को अच्छा लग रहा है so there will be a section of people in the audience जिनको पसंद आएगा.
For
And
sure.
I believe in this perspective ki, you cannot satisfy everyone in the world. So there will
That.
be, lovers and as well as haters. So it's fine.
Hmm.
So lovers will love, haters will hate. But जो
All
भी है
you can
दोनों
do is keep working as a.
दोनों याद करेंगे काम तो मैं करता रहूंगा दोनों याद तो करेंगे.
Yeah, तो कोई ना कोई करेगा. But I want to ask you something which I feel maybe you may disagree. I feel when you are into creative process or for that matter any process, I feel there's something beyond you which works with you. Do you feel that? Or maybe this is too deep for this conversation, but I have felt
No,
it many a
I I
times.
I believe that.
Hmm.
Yes, it is true. I strongly sometimes um, ऐसा फील होता है मुझे कि आई नेवर थॉट कि आई कुड हैव मेड दिस वन आउट बट
Hmm.
हो जाता है एंड देन आई फील लाइक कि how did this happen. So I
Hmm.
strongly believe in that. I always think कि अगर मेरे पास कोई भी गाना आ रहा है तो there's a force of energy or there's something
Hmm. Hmm.
there's a good vibe around me or something is around
True.
me
True.
which is
True.
helping me to do this. But I
Hmm.
also follow this perspective आप चाहे कितना भी अच्छा आपका जो भी है आपके पास but you should um, practice every day and you hard work then only those vibes or those energies are gonna help you. So
That is so true. That is so true.
so
Because
you know
being a like creative person, even some see what I would tell you right away. So I'm doing this podcast, and you also know that there were no questions prepared because I always want to feel like make it candid. Now,
yeah right.
whatever I'm asking ना, जब मैं ये दोबारा सुनती हूँ, तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है,
Hmm.
how did I got to know about this? How did I ask this question? क्योंकि ये तो मेरे माइंड में दूर दूर तक नहीं था. Like just यही वाला ही अभी. It was never prepared or I never thought कि मैं पूछ लूंगी. Then when I listen to the podcast, I sometimes feel यार ये मैं हूँ या फिर कौन पूछ रहा है क्वेश्चन. I'm not this person. So I feel in any creative process there's some good
Hmm.
power which work along with you. That's
Yeah.
how you keep going. Yeah, and I more that only works if you hard work and if your intentions are pure and good about something that you are really passionate about and really I mean
Yeah, yeah, that's the basic thing.
yeah, that's the basic thing. Even I agree on
Intention
that.
has to be good. Before being anyone, before being any good at any of the work in any of the field, uh, strongly the one thing you have to do is be a good person. That's the most important thing.
True,
And
true,
if you
true,
can
true.
help someone and if you can do whatever good to people in any
Hmm.
manner in any smallest way,
Hmm.
so that is important and you have to do it. Then only, वो specifically in artistic fields, because तभी आपके पास वो divine energies आपके पास आती है, not for
That is so
not for the
true.
sake of the divine energies, but yes, you have to do this, and it will make you feel good, it will make you feel responsible, and so as your nature will get mature, and you'll do things more maturely and more nicely, and people will definitely love it.
That is so true. Yeah, the divine energy. Because I mean I completely am saying, because वही बोल रहे ना, multifolds में कोई चीज तभी वापस आती है when you're putting those intentions right. अगर आपके intention में, I don't know, I mean I've seen people also जो बात कर रहे हैं तो भी they feel like कि कुछ, what can you extract from people? The intention should be what can you learn from them, or what can you do as a good humanistic bond. That is
Hmm.
what is going to serve you in long term, not like के क्या फायदा हो जाए बात करके. That should not be the intention, and I think eventually that is what people जो भी successful और जिनके पास fame आता है, it's because they had good intention at the first place. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
anything.
think that matters. Yeah, sorry.
So that is actually important, and
Hmm.
fame, and I believe, fame is something, आजकल के times में, like it is very, it has a very different meaning, fame.
Hmm.
People, I think, most of them compare fame with success. Fame is different, success is different.
Different, true.
And fame, जैसे there's a very
Thin line.
important thing which I keep in mind,
Hmm. Hmm.
कि it is easy to get your stardom at the first. It's easy to get your fame, but the most difficult task and the most responsible one is to maintain it throughout your life. You
Hmm.
have to achieve it every other day,
True.
and
बहुत
so it's not
amazing.
easy. So it's really not easy that if we see any of the star, क्या इनका तो क्या है, ये लोग अच्छे हो गए, इनके पास बहुत सारी
Hmm.
टीम है, they really do a lot of stuff every day, which is
That
not
is so
easy for everyone to do, and they really push their ass off to to make it happen, and it
I
is.
completely agree. Yeah, right. And even people who are like जो भी जिनको हम बोलते हैं, I mean they, every person has their own set of struggle. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आपके पास already कुछ amount of fame है from your back, like from your past, or people who are supporting your parents or जो भी, they have their own struggles as well. It's always challenging. Nothing
It
comes
is.
easy.
It
You
is.
have to pay a
In
price
that,
for everything.
yes, yes. In that case, if I say that, the nepotism thing, if it comes in the conversation, I would say it is really not easy.
True that.
It is like your every day you are being compared to your
हाँ.
ancestral journeys, and it is not really easy that you will just get a platform. That's it, and then you have to prove beyond that ki you are good enough. And if you see, it is really not that easier. If someone has that potential, audience is someone
Hmm.
जो एक्चुअली में आपको जज कर रही है,
True.
क्योंकि आप अपने घर पे बैठ के जज कर रहे हो, सामने जाके जज करने बोलोगे तो नहीं कर पाएंगे. यू नो
True, true, true.
सामने आके एकदम
Completely.
से हाय हाय हेलो हेलो हो जाता है, बट एवरीबडी इज sitting at their comfort, and then they are passing those comments. Okay, it's okay, because they have that right, because it's the thing has been done for them, the product has been made for them, so they have all the right to comment over it. But it
Hmm.
is really not easy. चाहे आप किसी के
Hmm.
भी you have background, you just get an easy platform, that's it.
बट उसको सस्टेन करने के लिए आपको फिर अगेन सिमिलर हार्ड वर्क करना
Of
पड़ेगा.
course, आपको
चैलेंजेस आएंगे, और हो सकता है
any
आप
day
गिव
आएंगे.
अप भी कर दो. नॉट
Yeah,
एवरीबody वांट्स टू. आई फील यूनिवर्स में देयर इज एवरी एनर्जी एक्सचेंज, एवरीथिंग you have to pay a price for everything you want.
of
So
course,
it
if
be
you
hard
have
work, it could be
sacrifices
hard work.
are made.
Hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
Any day sacrifices are being made any day, you
Yeah, yeah,
know
yeah.
without sacrifice you cannot um, achieve anything. So
True
अगर
that.
या तो क्लब चले जाओ या तो रात को बैठ के प्रैक्टिस कर लो.
That is
Sacrifice,
so
any kind
true.
of practice is practice. So
Yeah,
वो
that's
जरूरी
so
है.
true. दैट्स सो ट्रू एंड एनीवेज लाइक वही मैं बोल रही हूँ आपकी चॉइस है आप किस मोमेंट पे क्या चॉइस आप करना चाहते हो एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू गिव यू रिजल्ट लाइक आफ्टर 1 year 2 year कंपाउंडेड होता है वो दैट्स ए कंपाउंडेड
Right.
फॉर यू डूइंग a riyas every day will combine someday and maybe one thing just completely blows up and maybe that has done in past as well I'm very sure कि वो हुआ है multiple times past में but only you know what price you have paid to have that one blown content or one piece of that music because you did it every day each day same time same with no
Yes.
matter what has happened no matter what has been happening in your life sad day
Yes.
good day
Yeah.
bad day you are doing the same thing every day right and that's how I think some people many of us need to understand that it's a compounded journey it's not a one day thing that people are seeing on screens or fame or success or whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is yeah
It is very often that people think that ये रातों रात star बन गया है, ये
हाँ
रातों रात
right
famous हो गया. It is not that रात. It is
Hmm.
because of that many रात. Now that
one
particular
day
person has achieved.
या
One
वन
day
डे
he
दैट
gets that.
मिराकल जिसको हम मिराकल बोल
Yes,
देते हैं वन डे वो कंपाउंडेड जर्नी होती है इट्स जस्ट वन
of
डे
course.
एड्स अप टू अचानक से समथिंग लाइक
Yeah.
आई सी हैव यू हर्ड चांद बालिया आदित्य इज अ पर्सन हु
Yes,
मेड
yes.
चांद बालिया
Yeah, yeah. It's a
he
very lovely
his
song.
yeah very lovely song and there are many मतलब उनके पुराने गाने में भी nobody has seen those nobody has YouTube पे जाओ there are many songs जो शायद 100 views कभी 150 views होंगे कभी कोई views भी नहीं होंगे but then अचानक से one thing blow up and people are like oh ये तो एक दिन में viral हो गया no they are working really hard about it
Yeah, yeah,
so yeah हाँ हमने
yeah.
काफी ज्यादा बात कर ली इस टॉपिक पे anything like you want to share as a part of like takeaways from your personal music learning journey not exactly like creating is one process of it I agree but learning is another part of it so what was your learning journey ka lessons or maybe
Learning journey is something, it happens every day. Every day I'm learning something new. And learning journey is, yeah, I would really like to share this. There was a time in my life when I stopped learning. And trust
Hmm.
me, that was the worst part of my life where I stopped practicing. I stopped, doing my stuff. I was just irritated in my life. There was nothing
Hmm.
going good, and
Hmm.
it was all because of the frustration that in that age, yeah, it was like कि मैं बहुत जल्दी चीज़ों को अचीव करने में लगा हुआ था कि मुझे अभी चाहिए नहीं I'm working every day 90 and like 16 hours a day मैं बैठा हुआ हूँ जो कर सकता हूँ कर रहा हूँ and उस चीज़ में देयर वाज अ थिंग आई वाज थिंकिंग कि सिर्फ मैं प्रैक्टिस करूं या म्यूजिक सीख लूं सिर्फ म्यूजिक को जितना मैं नरिश कर सकता हूं मैं उसी
Hmm.
पे फोकस कर सकता हूं बट इट्स नॉट दैट म्यूजिक करना ही है वो तो मेरा बेसिक है इफ
Hmm.
यू थिंक लाइक इफ लाइक अ पर्सन लाइक मी उनके लिए वो बहुत बेसिक है बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट there are many other things I have to learn. How am I supposed to portray myself? How am I, like, what are those things I should be doing to this city, to this country, or how am I
Right.
supposed to talk to people? How am I, there are, like, even if I go for, like, um, बहुत छोटा सा बात बोलो तो I've started cooking because of that because I really wanted to cook
Learn
something
from
because that is something which that gives you that teaches you a lot of patience, and that will teach you, uh, if I would put it this way, cooking is something हर कोई बना सकता है बट मज़ा कुछ लोग के हाथ में आता है. It's
hmm.
because they know the right timing, right amount, and exact moment to what to put in where, and that is what life teaches you. Even if you have a lot of stuff, what you learn at what moment and where to use it. If you even if you
Hmm.
learn a lot of stuff, अगर मेरे को मैं किसी भी टाइप की प्रैक्टिस कर लूँ और मैं कहीं पर भी जाके बजाऊँ and they are not into that particular genre of music, कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. Nobody's gonna listen to those
Hmm.
things.
True,
So
true,
you
true.
should learn how to live your life first, rather than just सिर्फ म्यूजिक प्रैक्टिस करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. म्यूजिक ऑफ कोर्स प्रैक्टिस करना, दैट्स अ वेरी बेसिक थिंग. बट अपार्ट
Hmm.
फ्रॉम दैट, एवरी डे हाउ यू आर कनेक्टिंग टू न्यू पीपल. एंड देयर
Hmm.
आर एवरी डे, ऐसा कोई भी नहीं होता है अपनी लाइफ में जो कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा है. यू नो,
Hmm.
दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कि यू नो आप हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ सीख रहे हो. आपको सीखना अलग होता है, उसको यूज करना अलग होता है. सो
Hmm.
यस, सो उन चीज़ों से आई ड्यूरिंग दोज टाइम्स आई हैव लर्नड कि हाउ टू use the learnings which you have done,
Hmm.
and that is very important, I believe.
अमेजिंग. द बात जो आपने बोली बहुत ही अच्छी है. आई मीन लर्निंग इज अ कॉन्टिन्यूस प्रोसेस एंड डे यू स्टॉप लर्निंग इज द डे आई थिंक हम बहुत सैड और डिप्रेस्ड फील करने लग जाते हैं बिकॉज एज अ चाइल्ड व्हाट वी डिड कॉन्टिन्यूसली वाज लर्निंग एंड दैट्स व्हाट
Yeah,
केप्ट अस गोइंग. व्हेन वी टर्न अडल्ट तो हम सोच लेते हैं अब तो हमें आ गया, अब तो हमने पढ़ाई कर लिया, अब हम खुश. देयर इज ऑलवेज समथिंग टू लर्न लाइक यू सेड अबाउट कुकिंग बिकॉज दीज आर स्मॉल लिटिल थिंग्स एंड दैट can bring your
yeah,
passion back to the fire, to the
yes, yes, true,
basics.
true. Like that's
Hmm.
just one set of example, and it's like more of key.
Hmm.
Learning is a process, but as you said, and the another main important process is using the those
The,
educated things, whatever you have learned,
into your
using
life.
those things. Yeah, so how to execute it out, because
Hmm.
सब कुछ सीखने के बाद अगर मैं अपने घर के अंदर ही रखूँ सब कुछ, तो it doesn't, it's not gonna
Hmm.
help me in any way.
कोई point नहीं है.
So of
True.
course, so
Amazing.
one must should learn to use your learnings.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
बहुत ही amazing. I mean, I had really good insights while talking to you. So, as we are
Thank
reaching
you.
towards the end, first
Yeah.
of all, I would want you to give the last notes to listeners. Secondly, let's promote your single as well. Provide those details to listeners so that they can go listen, check everything about that particular single. So, yeah, we can go one by one.
Okay, so let me just tell you about the song first. So, Zaroori. Zaroori is out, and Zaroori is something about, it's about a person. It's all about relations. कि आपकी लाइफ में आपके लिए कौन ज़रूरी है. It's all
Hmm.
about that. और वो,
Hmm.
it can be any kind of a relation.
Hmm.
And the only point about that song is it's about a person's journey, but उसकी पर्सनल लाइफ में क्या हुआ,
Hmm.
वो उससे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि इफ़ समवन इज़ ज़रूरी इन योर लाइफ, लेट देम नो दे आर ज़रूरी.
Hmm.
कहीं लेट ना हो जाओ, और उनको जाके बोलो कि
Hmm.
यस, आई एम सॉरी, या आई लव यू, और
Whatever.
लेट्स हैंग आउट, लेट्स डू वॉट एवर थिंग, वॉट एवर इट
Hmm.
इज, वॉट जो भी गिले शिकवे उसको छोड़ो, एंड
Hmm.
वो दूरी को मिटाओ, एंड जस्ट स्पेंड सम गुड टाइम एंड लेट देम नो कि दे आर ज़रूरी फॉर यू. So
Wow.
Zaroori is sung by Altaf. He's a new singer and a wonderful, wonderful voice. And it has been written by me, and there's another guy who actually um, messaged me. Like he found me somewhere, and he was like, "I really want to work with you." And I was like, "I tried. I'm very choosy with the lyricists, so मैं कुछ भी उटपटांग बातें बोलता रहता हूँ, तो there has to be someone कि वो लिख के समझ ले वो चीज़." So Vipul Tiwari is his name, and he is a germ of a person, and he is a wonderful writer. थोड़ा सा तराशना पड़ता है बस, but he's a
Hmm.
lovely guy, and what a wonderful writer. So there are some of the lines he has also written, and Zaroori is streaming all out there. So guys, please go and check. It's a wonderful song, and it's a very personal song for you. And जो आप लाइट बंद करके बेडरूम में आराम से बैठ के सुनना with your loved ones, and अगर वो साथ में नहीं है, तो let them know कि they are important to you.
That is so amazing. I feel like really heartwarming. So अगर आप ये podcast Spotify पे सुन रहे हो तो go to Spotify right now, open and search Roori and listen it just after this podcast अभी के अभी. And on that note, you
Please
can give
do.
last notes to listeners, and then maybe we can end this beautiful conversation.
Thank you.
So yeah, I was saying on that note, maybe you can give the last notes to listeners, and then we can end this beautiful
Okay, okay. Your voice just
conversation.
got interrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
थोड़ा सा कट हो
thank
गया
you,
होगा. हाँ.
Shruti.
Hmm.
Yeah. So thank you,
Hmm.
Stuti, for inviting me over here.
Hmm.
And it was a lovely experience. I don't know what I've said, but I just had a very good conversation with you, and it's nice. And it's a request, as again, it's a request to all the listeners. Um, Listen to our track, and we really do a hard work, in making those tracks, and you will definitely get some kind of meaningful thoughts behind those, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So if you love it, just add it on your playlist, and I'll definitely mark that or in the Instagram or anywhere you wanna mark us. You can have my Instagram ID or somewhere from the Spotify itself, and it would be great if you can you will listen to it, and it's a nice all those things. Apart from this, I was never a podcast person, but from today I'm gonna listen to Stuti every day because whatever whenever the new stuff comes up, I really want to listen to this because this is some I felt like I'm just talking to a friend and people are there to listen to it, and if you get something out of it, that's amazing. So
Yeah.
please listen to Stuti as well.
Thank you so much,
And
Rahul. Thanks a lot for your last notes and podcast. We also, I lately, like 2 3 years back only, I started listening, and that's how I got into podcasting. Because when I was listening to those podcasts, तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था यार ये बात भी कर रहे हैं, and I have a takeaway from everything they are saying. So that's how I started my journey. I'm sure
yeah,
listeners, you must be having some takeaway from this, like our conversation. And on that note, we can end it right here. Stay
yeah.
happy, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay grateful. I will see you another one. And thanks, Rahul, for joining me today.
Bye bye,
Have a
guys.
very good night
Have
ahead.
fun.
Bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.